Welcome and welcome back, dear Tarot Pals. If you've just found me through an algorithm search, I welcome you to my growing Tarot Pal community. I do 2 to 3 videos a week. We have already posted a lot around 2022, so I do recommend you to watch 2022 major events, love life, career, etc. If you've just found me and this is not 2022, let me tell you, most of the readings are timeless. So you will find a playlist in the channel which says timeless readings, and you will find fun readings there like your future self 2 years from now, who you are versus what people think about you, your future spouse, just some of the fun readings that I can remember from the top of my head. Do not forget to check out that playlist. If you're a returning viewer and this is the second time you're watching a video, I do not know what you're waiting for. Hit subscribe. It genuinely means the world to me. If you've been a part of the Tarot Pal community, thank you so much, guys, for your continued support, your lovely comments. I appreciate your time and your faith. So today we're going to look at, and it's been quite a while, right, since we've done a career, finance, money related reading. So I want to, dive deep into this. I think the last one was 2022 career reading. Again, you will find that link in the description box below. So what I'm going to do today is something like the last video. We're going to pull out 3 different cards. You can pick 3 different, either one of those that draw to you. And then we're going to look at where you currently are. What are the expected blessings and major changes coming towards you? Any particular guidance that Spirit wants to give us around your career, money, finances. Again, hit subscribe if this is the second time you're watching a video. If this is the first time you found me here, I hope you find some resonance. Please remember, these are general readings. Do not give your power away to tarot. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Tarot is not prediction. It is used for guidance. Okay. With that said, let's look at the 3 options that we get for you today. And this is for your career, money, finances. What can we expect? In fact, while I'm shuffling, I don't know why I remembered, let's do this for a time base. So actually, pretty impromptu, right? We're going to do this for the next 60 days. So let's see what shows up for the next 60 days and what is the first pile we get. So pile 1, so these are only major arcana cards, by the way. And one more shuffle. Thank you. And let's see. Pile 1. We have the World card for you. That's a quick close up. For pile 2, next 60 days. Okay, that literally slipped off. Star is your second option. And of course, you can feel drawn to more than one pile. This is general reading, which means you may just have additional messages in the other reading. Okay. And last but not the least, what do we have for pile 3? Okay, I think this one wants to be out. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my God, 3 wonderful, amazing energies right here for the next 60 days. You can pause the video and take a little while longer to decide which one draws to you, which one calls upon you, and I will see you in your pile. Hello and welcome to those of you who's picked the World card. That's again a close up for you. Some zodiac signs associated to the World card, and of course if it doesn't mean if I'm not saying your sign, it's not you. Also remember, this can also apply to your sun, moon, rising, north node, etc. Okay, so these are fixed. This World card talks about fixed signs, so it's Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo. If you have those prominent placements, that's just an additional confirmation for you. We're going to look at this card and bring it all together at the end. First, I want to look at what are the current energies, or where are you currently for your career, before we get into what can we expect happening in the next 2 months, or rather 60 days. Okay, let's give it one more shuffle. I invite you to the Instagram family, by the way. If you're new here and you do not know, Tarot Pal is on Instagram. I post at least 1 reading every day there. So if you like tarot and divination, you may want to check me. Okay, there you go. That's your first card out. We are only taking uprights here, okay? So the energy that you're in, pile 1, is the Knight of Wands. I love this guy. Okay, very interesting. And I'm going to start pulling your other tarot cards. Of course, we look at oracles at the end of this reading. Okay, what can we expect as major shifts of blessings? Okay, We have 2 cards out. Your cards are coming out pretty quick if you're noticing, right? Don't worry if the light makes it hard for you to see certain cards. I often give close-ups. So that is your current energy. This is what is incoming for you. And I want one more card. What are the major shifts that we can expect? What blessings, what shifts, what changes happen for you in the next 2 months? Okay, I want to use this one. Wow, we have 2 major arcanas here. Some more zodiac sign confirmations, by the way. We have, let me make some space. Okay, so we have the Sagittarius, the Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo. This guy is again very fiery. So that Sagittarius energy just got double confirmation. The underlying energy is 7 of Pentacles. Okay. All right. I'm going to start talking about where we are. What is it that we're heading towards? And wonderful that you have the World and the Fool together, right? Okay. First of all, clearly the energy that you're currently in while you watch this reading, you are restless. You want to do so much. You want to earn so much. You want to see the world, like literally for some of you just stuck and you feel like you want to get out. You want to change your location. You want to change the job. You're clearly seeking the next adventure. Many of you may have just begun a new adventure with that Fool card and the World energy there, okay? So this could be a new job that you're looking for. You guys, some of you could be just out of college, just out of an MBA school. You've just completed something. You're no longer the page. So the page of the deck is typically the guy who's going through the education still, who's going through some sort of a, first leg of their career. And the Knight is kind of excited. This is that mid-20s, early 20s, late 20s energy, which is excited, which is keen, which just wants to go see the world, and there's so much to do. And there are so many ideas to explore, right? So you're in that go zone. Some of you might not be able to do much in the 3D, but you're clearly feeling very restless. You want to seek out that next big thing, okay? And many of you just come into this reading saying, tell me what is the next big thing, because it's just same old for me most of the days, okay? Now, what is coming for you, or what shifts can we expect before we get into the guidance part of it, right? First of all, you've picked the World, which definitely talks about completions, a successful completion of wherever you are. That is for guarantee. So let's say there's an ongoing, education that you're in, and you're going to get flying colors, and you will certify. Let's say you've just joined an internship. Let's say you've just gone ahead and started. You've been working on a project for some of you from the month of October last year, and if there's a career path that you're on, if there's a particular goal that you've been chasing and you've been working on it, then this confirms a completion, a successful completion of that happening, okay? With the Fool card here, with the Knight of Wands and the World card, for any of you, if there are any kind of travel plans, a change of location, take this as a big confirmation that you got to stand and continue to fight that battle, because you can win, okay? So let's say you're looking for a job abroad. Some of you may be looking for visa approvals. Some of you may be seeking, because this is again paperwork, okay? This is justice. This talks about law. It literally says law there, right? This talks about balancing of scales. This talks about also having the patience to see the other person's side. Do you see the 2 cats are bickering, but the law of the land will rule, right? So there is clearly, some of you are going through a certain kind of, either currently or in the next 2 months, and you can expect this more towards the next 2 months. The first month rather more than the second month. There's going to be somebody who's going to be an opponent, okay? There's going to be a certain kind of rivalry, or at least a difference of opinions, and you got to stand your ground. You got to fight for what you believe in. You got to say what you want to say. Do not be too harsh. Be politically correct, because I have the Libra's energy here. Be diplomatic, be nice, be sweet. Don't try to be that Knight of Wands who's just rushing through it, but you can win whatever opponents or whatever rivalry you face in the next 2 months, okay? Now, this would, of course, play out in different levels, right? Apply to your work situation, apply to your education, apply to your career, but there's clearly some sort of a battle that you're in. If any kind of a legal battle has been on for you, or is expected in the next 1 month or so, I want to assure you that you can win, but you would require a lot of resilience. You're going to have to fight certain battles alone, and it is going to tire you out. So if something is tiring you out and you're almost at the last leg of that journey when it comes to your career or something that you're working on, have that patience, okay? Hold on. It will come into a successful completion, probably by the month of Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, because this is timeless, I'm giving you these months, because right now when I'm shooting this, if I have to give you the closest one, it is going to be Taurus, which is right there after 2 months. So I'm not surprised. So if you're watching this when I post it and April is near the corner, then that's your first confirmation. Things will start easing out by April 2022, or the next April that you're looking at. Or if you're not, this is not 2022 for you and you're watching this next year or something, April, May, August, July, October, I'm so sorry. End of October, November. So apply it to these zodiac months that I've talked about, right? February, March, January, February, sorry, not February, March. So stay against what you're fighting for, because you definitely can win, especially anything related to administration, paperwork, travel concerns, a legal dispute. You can win. If you are already in the field of law, or anything around your career or your money revolves around law, this is a very positive spread for you guys, okay? There's clearly a new project and something brand new that you get. Some of you who are currently in this restless energy, you've been manifesting this new change. Do you see how many travel cards we have here? So some of you could literally be manifesting a job at a different location or a geography. For those of you who are not doing that and you're just feeling restless and stuck in the current energy that you're in, and you're tired of your current circumstances, some of you may be actually just quitting your job or planning to quit your job and start something on your own. And we will look at the guidance cards to get more clarity as to how will that roll out. But clearly with the Fool does not guarantee you anything. The Fool basically says they are ready for the new adventure. So clearly the message that is on loop for all these cards, there's a new adventure coming. You're clearly traveling in the next 2 months for your career and your work related, needs. And there, any kind of a project that you're working on, stick to it. You will get successful completion. Okay, those are some of the energies that I can already see showing up. Let's see if we want to talk about any. Like I said, don't lose out your temper. Don't lose out your energy. Be well rested in order for you to perform at your peak. Okay, so this guy has a long battle to fight. It's still not the 10 of Wands. And he has enough support, right? His intuition is his biggest strength. But then there's a need to be very mindful of not quitting just because you got tired, okay? Because you'll be quitting right before something amazing was coming your way, all right? I also perhaps see that if there is any kind of a sign-off that you're expecting, like I said, this is paperwork. So any kind of a sign-off when it comes to your investments, or any kind of a paperwork for something that you want to buy. This could be car, this could be, because world is also again fixed, and this could be you buying an asset perhaps by the end of the 60 days cycle, okay? Let us look at some tarot guidance as to what does Spirit want you to know when it comes to your career, money, finances, okay? Be very mindful though, guys. Do not lend money to anybody in the next 2 months, okay? It may not come back to you ever. So charity work, of course, is great, but don't lend money unless it's just absolutely unavoidable, all right? Let us look at what guidance shows up for you for tarot. Wow, something is again ending. That ending and new beginning is a repeated theme. For some of you, the guidance is also to let go in the past of what has not worked out. Perhaps some of you are very sensitive around the projects that did not come into complete, happy, successful closures. And that has become an obstacle for you subconsciously for your current project. Wow, we have partnerships showing up for you as well. So be in collaborative mode when it comes to your career. Can you get somebody else on board to fight this battle for you? Can you work with another expert to help you navigate through what you're currently experiencing in your life? Okay, let us move towards some astrology cards for you and see what shows up. What can we expect in the next 2 months for pile 1? I hope you found some resonance so far in this reading. If you have, please hit that like button. It does mean the world to me. And hit that subscribe button, okay? For this pile, I strongly want to suggest you guys, perhaps you want to just work with your root chakra healing and work on, maybe you want to just do 3 sets of Surya Namaskar, okay? Because clearly this pile has a lot of restless energy, and your restlessness could be your biggest Achilles heels at this time, okay? If you know what I mean. So the more grounded you can be while you're making your life decisions, the better it would be. And trust me, there is clearly a victory coming for you, okay? You just have to have that patience and not let your anxious mind run the game. So, wow, we have Neptune. Many of you perhaps are planning a spiritual career here, okay? Or if that's not, because the Fool and the Pisces card showing up here, or the Neptune card showing up, which rules the zodiac sign of Pisces, this is very dreamy. Some of you could be writers, authors, and you're planning, like, you know what, I'm just done with, if you're writing a book, by the way, with these 2 cards showing up, the Neptune and the world energy, this is a very positive sign. You know, whatever you've imagined it to be can actually happen, right? So again, I'm repeatedly saying that do not quit on something too soon. That's a very big word of caution for you, because it will work out wonders for you. If there is a dream that you want to chase and others don't believe in it yet, 60 days later, you may actually work things out, and you will have that desire to go after exactly what you're seeking. The 8th house, wow, we have Neptune and the 8th house. Clearly, some of you are planning a spiritual business, or you're going through a psychic skill development, right? So all of us are intuitive, rather. We just do not notice how to work with intuition and heal those. Oh, by the way, because we're doing a money reading, shared income is very, very much highlighted with the 8th house, right? So many of you could be earning something through a partner, through a partnership, right? Which is why there's a card of guidance. So if you're planning a business, if you're planning something new in your career, maybe you want to build a team, maybe you want to get other people who have different kinds of strengths, which you may not have, right? So this pile is clearly somebody who perhaps has very strong imaginative skills. You're very good at speaking to people, but maybe you're not very good at the desk job. Take it as it resonates, right? But getting other people onto your plan will clearly help you tremendously, okay? So work with others. And 8th house and the Neptune showing up, be very, very mindful of what you see in your dreams, because your subconscious is trying to tell you how can you get more money and how can you get more abundance. Notice what your dreams are. Wow, we have the Sagittarius energy. If there is a Sagittarius who's relevant in your career or your financial life, do leave us a comment below. That's just a confirmation. They're going to be playing a very critical role for you clearly in the next 2 months, okay? With that Sagittarius energy showing up, by the way, I definitely want to bring your notice to your higher education. So any of you planning any kind of a higher education, if you are, especially if you're also looking at anything philosophical or artistic with these 2 here, very strong energy. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, by the way, and Neptune and Jupiter are coming into conjunction. If you're watching this during the time I'm posting it, in the April 2022, there will be a conjunction between Jupiter and Pisces. Both of them are very good for, both of them rule expansion, dream energy, spirituality, finding the right mentors, which is why, again, signing up for any kind of a higher education will be wonderful for this pile, okay? Let us move towards a fortune cookie before we get into your angel card, oracle guidance, and your moonology deck, okay? We have these 2. Care required, like I said, don't burn yourself out. Guard yourself against deception and be careful of making foolish mistakes this time. Just be very mindful, because see, the Knight is not a king yet, right? He doesn't know how to handle all of it. So do not allow the past mistakes of, trusting the wrong people, not taking guidance of experts, not following the law for some of you guys, trying to tweak around the law and get a shortcut. Spirit just warned you against it, okay? Love is in the air, a great time for commitment and taking relationships to the next level. Now, because we're doing a career reading, and we did get the 2 of Cups and the Love, for few of you, this could, of course, indicate a romantic affair at work. But for most of you, I feel this energy has got to do with, can we come into a more collaborative, loving energy, which actually takes our commitment towards our own projects and other things. Oops, sorry, I'm moving this too much. Okay. And our bigger goals together, right? Because we do have the 8th house, which is again talking about shared resources. So having a transformation of heart, not getting too paranoid of other people, rather trusting them enough to be a part of your battle, right? And getting their expertise on board for your career would be wonderful, okay? If you reach this part of this reading, I want you to leave me a unicorn emoji in the comment section below. It helps me know that you've watched so far, and it helps others know which file you picked, right? So that's just another way of connecting to like-minded souls who are perhaps going through similar things as you are, okay? So let's see any other additional guidance that shows up. I'm going to pull some cards from Moonology and the Angel Guidance deck. Okay, we have faith in your dreams. This is what I've been repeatedly saying. If you're working on something and you're getting frustrated, it's just not moving enough, it's just not working out. It is. Okay, just have patience for, whatever you're hoping to happen. I hope that could make sense, right? So have that patience. Things are working out for you. You are going to get more supportive people who support your dreams, who promote your dreams even. For some of you, I don't know why I'm getting that message. You may actually be, getting more support when it comes to the marketing side of your business. If you are into business or if you are a small startup or something like that, you're going to get more recognition through marketing platforms. Now, this could also mean that you may want to invest more time or more focus in your social media handles, especially like something like a LinkedIn, which is a professional network when it comes to your career, right? So networking with the right people and online success is highly likely. Or if some of you are in the e-commerce business, believe in the impossible. Oh my God, this is just repeatedly saying that same thing. You guys clearly have a big dream. Sagittarius is the 9th house, which is all about, again, bigger, higher goals. So do not quit on whatever you're working on. If there's one message you want to take away from this reading, is that don't quit on your big goals, because they are very, very, very much possible and happening for you, okay? I definitely wish, if you want to share with us what you're working on, I'm always keen to know what my tarot pals are up to. So do share in the comments below, what is it that you're working or trying to create, okay? We have Ascended Masters. Wow. You have a lot of support. I think for this pile, what's clearly also happening is that you're manifesting a mentor or a higher leader who will help you in this journey, okay? Who will make this easier for you. And of course, maybe you travel and you meet this mentor, or maybe you're on a business trip or a educational trip and you come across them. I'm going to just roll these 2 dice and see what numbers come up. If you've so far reached this part of this video, clearly we vibe together. We've come to this end. If you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe, okay? And let's see what shows up. Okay, we have 6 and 2, which adds up to the number 8. So you take this as 8 weeks from now or 8 months from now. That's just a timeline in case you had a question in your mind or you're working on something. 8 months from now, things may actually start working out. 6 and 2 are also 2 even numbers, which again brings me towards the feminine side of the energy. So if you feel like as if you're consistently trying to get your way across to people, maybe you want to, again, collaborative. Listen, take the expert side, and things will work out much more smoothly, right? 2 and 6 could be relevant dates of the next few months, because we're looking at 2 months. So the 26th of the next month or the next 2 months, the 6th of the next month, the 2nd of the next month, okay? If these dates have any other, relevance for you, feel free to let us know. And those are some of the immediate messages that I got. I wish you guys nothing but absolute success in life. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome to those of you who picked this beautiful star card. By the way, I know some of you like to know which pile did I pick for myself. This is the pile that I've picked for myself. Okay, this could be just a couple of additional confirmations. If you are somebody who is an artist, star could sometimes literally just mean stardom. For many of us, or for most of us, it basically means look at where your north node is. Look at where Rahu or north node is transiting your current birth chart. If you're not following me on Instagram, there is, I invite you to join me there. I do make astrology posts there as well. And there is a tutorial that I've also made of how to look up your birth charts, okay? For some of you, this could actually mean literally healing, or star means wish fulfillment, okay? So if you're wishing for something to happen, that's just an additional confirmation. We will include the star card in the overall reading. I'm going to give this a quick shuffle first. And whoops, we're going to using the other deck, sorry. First, we're going to look at what is the current energy when you're watching this reading. And then we move into what can we expect happening in the next 2 months. Of course, time is slightly fluid, so it cannot, it can be like plus minus 10, 15 days. Of course, take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, it really will help me. So do click the subscribe button, okay? So what is the energy pile 2 is in while they watch this reading? Okay, current energy. And I'm only taking uprights for this reading, by the way. Okay. What is the energy the pile 2 is in while they, okay? That's out. Whoops, sorry, move the camera. Wow, 3 of Pentacles. I love this. Okay, we're going to get out the cards and then we'll start talking. Okay, let us put this one here. So what can we expect happening in the next 2 months for pile 2? What's happening for career, money, finances? That first one jumped out really quick. What is happening for pile 2? One more pile, please. Thank you. Okay. Your underlying energy, wow, is the 10 of Cups. Just in case you're in a family business, take that as a triple confirmation that things are going to work out wonderful for you. Or if you are, some of us work for organizations which are run as a family business, right? So that will play out differently for each of us. We have the 7 of Wands. This card's showing up quite a lot for me these days. 5 of Pentacles, okay? And wow, I mean, love this. Okay. Let's look at what's happening. Okay. Currently, for some of you, if you're a student who's watching this, you're clearly going through some sort of a scholarship need, or you're going through an examination and you're performing a team project. Currently, you're in that energy of seeking help from others, or you need help of others. And it's a wonderful thing, by the way, because each of us have different skill sets. Perhaps you work in a team of 3, or the number 3 holds a certain amount of significance. I'll just give you my example, and I'm not trying to talk about myself. It's just trying to make it relatable. The current team that I work in, as in it's me and somebody else, and it's my boss, right? So now that's 3 people team, right? It's a trio that my reporting structure falls as. So in some form or shape, 3 people coming together. Okay, there could be more people, but 3 seems more likely. 3 people coming together is the energy that you're in, or various people coming together, or a group project happening that becomes a massive success. Now, with the 5 of Pentacles showing up here with the 7 of Wands, there are 2 messages here, okay? First of all, when it comes to your money, don't try to overspend and don't just try to go crazy because things are just going well. Because currently, I feel for many of you, things are going well, right? Financially, it's not been a mad struggle. Maybe not all of you are billionaires and it's not like you don't have bills to worry about. But things are okay. Things are going good. Things are going safe, right? That doesn't mean that you start taking crazy risk, okay? That's one word of caution for those of you who's picked this pile. Another message here is, if you are currently going through certain kind of serious financial struggles, please do not quit. Hold your ground, stand your defense, have faith, because you're going to win, darling. And you're going to win. Like, look at the celebration happening. This is literally a celebration of a victory. This is literally the 4 of Wands, which talks about graduation from something, completing something, a wedding, a successful project. You're going to get success. So fight your battle, because very soon we have both of them as wand cards, okay? Stand your ground, speak your mind, own your individuality, and do not compromise on your principles, because you're going to win, okay? So if you're feeling like there's a quick little shortcut that I can take and maybe my money issues will get sorted, no. Hold on to your grounding values, because you are going to succeed. There's something clearly coming up big. Star is celebration. Star is wish fulfillment. And with this reading showing me 4 of Wands, you are going to have a big reason to celebrate, and literally calling in people, celebrating, making phone calls. I literally have a vision of somebody making a phone call and telling somebody that, hey, this just happened and I'm so excited. And I literally feel excited for you guys, okay? So that energy of excitement is clearly driving through this reading, okay? For some of you, just a word of caution, sometimes you get into struggles which are not yours. Maybe you get into office fights or fight about money, which you do not, that's not your monkey. You don't have to worry about it. You don't always have to fight every battle. So in the next 2 months, one, important thing to note is, if it is not something that really matters and it's not a big deal, don't get defensive about it. Honestly, accept this card. I mean, this is just the best friend you can have, okay? And this card, because it's a minor arcana, often, and it's a Pentacles card, right? This talks about, number 1, the home is right here. Do you see in this card, the woman and the kids, they're just walking towards the home. It's a cold night, but safety is right around the corner. The card after this is 6 of Pentacles, which is help is here. So don't try to struggle and do everything on your own, because I don't trust nobody. And because trust me, I'm not trying to call you out. I can get into that energy as well. And we just want to do things our way. It's good to stand your ground. But remember, your first card or your first energy, and the energy that you're in currently, perhaps while you're watching this, is wonderful. It's great to be in a team. It's great to be collaborative, okay? So don't create unnecessary struggles which really aren't, you're going to win this pretty smoothly. Whatever journey you're in, you're going to win this. If you're hoping to get a promotion, that's a big thumbs up. That's something to celebrate. If you're waiting for anything that you've been desiring for your career, okay? Because we had the desire card as star and we ended that with 4 of Wands. Clearly that is happening for you, darling, okay? So congratulations, and I'm just going to say that it is done, okay? If you're pile 2, I want you to leave me a comment and genuinely mean it from the core of your soul. It is done. I have received it, okay? That is the energy I want you to be in. Let's pull some quick tarot guidance before we move towards the oracle part of this reading and see what shows up. Okay, your guidance, upright only, is wow, strength again. Okay, some of you may literally be sports people, okay? Because I do have that physical energy or that physical stamina playing out. For others of you, just be very careful that if you have an important examination, an important meeting, don't fall sick. So take care of your health. Don't burn out. Many of you, the guidance here is also, you've conquered many of your demons. You fought this battle. So don't quit right before things are going to turn for you, okay? Too many cards out here, but we have, I think, one that is flipped. Wow. Again, your ancestors want to come in and tell you they're proud of you, okay? They're proud of you because you've achieved something they could not. And they're proud of you that you've conquered certain demons which are ancestral patterns. You have to have that patience because many of you who's watching this file are self-made people. You didn't have a lot of additional extra support. So explains the 7 of Wands energy, wherein you've had to fight a lot of things on your own. In the next 2 months as well, there will be certain battles which you have to take even if other people want to help you, they may not be able to help you because this is your battle, right? But when I'm using the word battle, I don't mean that you have to get into this aggressive energy or this closed, isolated energy. Your power lies in self-confidence, okay? Very critical message for pile 2. With the star card, you're going to shine in the next 2 months, right? But if you start questioning your own value, if you start questioning, do I really deserve this? If you get into self-doubt, then your inner strength gets weakened, right? So have that affirmation within you that the good things that is happening, I deserve this celebration. Some of you have this problem that when good things happen to you, you constantly question, but did I do enough hard work for it? Okay. Look where your Saturn is, because this is a very classic Saturn issue. I have a Saturnian chart wherein it's a wonderful Saturn in my chart, by the way. But for some of us, when Saturn is sitting in its home signs, like if you're Saturn in Capricorn, or if you have Saturn in 11th house, or if Saturn in 12th house, it makes you very dutiful by nature, right? You are very devoted. You are very focused. And until you feel like you've burnt the midnight oil and you've given it your absolute strength and you've struggled so hard to get it, you don't feel as if you deserve it. And this is the guidance that you need to work upon. It is not meant to be all the time so difficult, right? In some cases, you'll get something very easily. In some cases, you'll have to work really hard for it. Life is a leveler. Life is always fair. So when in good days, this is a pile, it feels as if, if people at work come up and ask you for help, you're always ready to help them. But when it's your turn, you're very reluctant to go out and ask for help. You're very reluctant if somebody makes your job easier or if they make your life easier. And you really don't have to do this alone. You have the 10 of Cups as the underlying energy, which again reminds me to tell you, oh, I forgot to see the underlying energy of this one. Aha, the devil, right? Obsession is not the point, when it comes to your career goals. You do not have to do this alone. I repeatedly want to tell this pile, you have support. And yes, there is a need to be self-sufficient. Yes, you are self-made, and kudos to you for that. And, great job done. And you are going to win the rest of the battles again ahead as well. So have that inner faith, have that confidence that this celebration is coming, but be open to receiving help. That is very, very important for this file to remember. Don't shut down your doors. Don't close off completely because you just wanted to do everything on your own. Okay. If you can perhaps do any kind of a ritual in the next 2 months for your ancestors, it will of course help you in this journey and bring in more abundance, okay? For your money matters, that's the only place I will tell you, do not consult other people. Do not try to share and go by what others are doing. Do what you wanted to do. Invest where you want to invest. Put your money basically financial decisions have to be absolutely on your own, because you might be seeing something that others are not, and right now is not the time for you to get into their mess. Okay, wow, we literally have the moon card. This talks about your intuition will guide you through tremendously if you're ready to listen to it. Okay, so meditation is something I strongly recommend you guys. Also, moon talks about the Cancer energy. Moon also talks about the water energy, right? So July and August, I have the Leo card here as well. July and August could play a very important role from whenever you're watching this, and that's when, of course, your wish fulfillment may also be happening. With the moon card there, just be very mindful that you do not become too moody or too snarky at times. Okay, moon is a wonderful energy when it comes to using your intuition, when it comes to being nurturing. When some of you, by the way, with these two, for very few of you, of course, it'll resonate. It is something to do with working with your mother or creating a business with a mother figure. Okay, that's perhaps possibility. Wow, we have the Neptune card. I'm not taking two cards here for the planet, but we did see this. If some of you were confused between 1 and 2, maybe you have a message there in 1, okay? I want to look at another zodiac card or a house card, okay? We have this one. The first house, identity shifts. Clearly, with these two showing up here, it feels like your career may also, or your money or your finances may also be affected by your traditional values of your mother or your family, okay? And there's a need for you in the next 2 months to ask yourself, what do you want to do? Okay, because whatever you want to do, once you come to the conclusion, I feel your family will support you or things will eventually work out for you, okay? But you need to ask yourself, who are you? Okay, and where do these thoughts and processes and this defensiveness comes from? What are you fighting against when it comes to your financial success or your career, right? So the first house always talks about your identity. In the next 2 months, with clearly this success happening, people are going to see you for who you are. And most importantly, you're going to see what your value and your worth is. I feel this pile clearly in the next 2 months will get a massive confirmation of the strength that you've kept and how it has shaped you, who you have become through this journey. That's an important transformation or transition coming into your life. Okay, let us look at zodiac signs. We have the Pisces. Wow, I do feel this pile has a connection to pile 1. So in case you were drawn to the world card as well, you may want to listen to that pile as well, because I do have some common links here, okay? With the Pisces energy and the star energy both present here, some of you could be, of course, in that Aquarius Pisces cusp. Some of you could also be February and March, maybe significant months for you. This talks to me about compassion, okay? Some of you could literally be in professions which need a lot of compassion, teaching, helping, working with people who are suffering from any kind of a physical or mental illness, right? With this Pisces and the moon showing up, this is a very deep transformation that you're going through professionally. Some of you may be coming into your Saturn return, or you may be going through that phase of life wherein you're questioning, what is the life purpose? It's fine, I'm earning enough money and things are working out well, but where does this end? Why am I doing all of this? Where am I trying to go with this? So those existential questions which make you come in and into alignment with your life's bigger purpose is clearly what you're going through in the next 2 months, okay? For some of you, you could be artists who are going to do tremendously well and some sort of a success comes to you. Wow, we have the property card here. And again, ancestral property. Some of you may be buying a house or maybe buying financially, you may be investing somewhere, which pays off really, really well. The Pisces season is approaching if you're watching this while I post it in the month of March. And of course, end of February. Wow, major life change. We have 2 fortune cookies for you already out. This is an Aquarius season, by the way, when I shoot this. A property purchase or sale for many, but heed security concerns in any transactions. In the next 2 months, if there is a property that you're trying to buy, and sometimes it does not have to be a house, property could be something smaller as well. Major life changes. Time is right for major life changes, as a new lifestyle or location can bring great joy and free existence. Some of you are literally buying a house. That's how it feels. For others of you, it could be literally a shift in what you're eating and what your daily routine is, which brings in a change. Remember though, with Aquarius and Pisces axis showing up, do not allow your moods, and your mood swings and your whims and fancies and your quirks to guide your entire workplace, okay? Because again, moon was moody, you have Pisces, and you pick the Aquarius card, right? So show up even if you feel like you do not want to do it. Though I doubt that's for most of you, it seems like a pile which is very dutiful, which is very, you may not be the most organized people because Pisces energy showing up so strongly with the moon, but you are very responsible. You would not be somebody who would cut corners to get any kind of a success, and kudos to that, okay? Congratulations. I like such people. Okay, let's see what messages come up for you from the Moonology deck, and then we'll kind of sum this up with the angel guidance here. I want you to leave me the moon emoji if you've reached this part of this reading. Tells me how much you've engaged and definitely helps other people know what you picked, builds a community. Okay, so let's see what comes out of the Moonology next 2 months. Okay, fixed moon. Wow. Star is again the Aquarius. If any of you are Aquarius, this is just extra confirmations for you. There is something that you want to achieve. Again, we have the 7 of Wands for you, right? Confirmation of that same oracle. Stand your ground. You're going to win. Okay. It might seem like a crazy big dream to many people, or many people have laughed off your vision and they think that you can just never make it happen. Darling, it is happening as we speak. Okay, so your identity is way bigger than what you've kind of visualized even for yourself, and proud of you for keeping this strength, for fighting this battle alone. But whatever you're hoping to hoping to make true will happen for you. And like that 10 of Cups and that ancestral energy showing up so strongly, I think you guys could be the if the first billionaire, the first millionaire, the legacy has ever seen. Okay, so big dreams here, and of course that's not happening within the next 2 months, but those are just some additional guidances of confirmations that stay on your path, stay on your dreams. Step out of your comfort zone with the North Node. That was the first message I gave you when you picked the Star card. Look at where your North Node is right now. That's the first message. Secondly, if you've always done things in a certain way, can you perhaps make yourself slightly uncomfortable? Pick up a project wherein you feel like you can perhaps fail. Things may not work out your way, but I'm still going to try it because it's not going to hurt my ego, because this is not about just me always coming out on top. This is about me learning something new. If you can approach a professional project with that mindset, with that beginner's learner's mindset, and just do it for the fun of it, do it for the experience of it, you're going to gain tremendously. Okay, I feel like I want to draw one more card for this pile, and let's see what comes out. Okay, that's it. Wow, just wanted to show you this. Have faith in your dreams. Repeatedly, that same message. This pile really should see pile 1, by the way. Okay, the full moon in Gemini, which typically happens in the month of November, either the last November that has gone or the next November, there was something significant that has perhaps happened. If you're getting restless, when is it going to work out for me? The answers are coming. Meditation, again, is something I repeatedly recommend for this pile, along with water meditation. Okay, so listen to water sounds, because it feels like as if you guys are extremely in your masculine energy and you need to like kind of soften it up a little bit. Okay, and I'm not trying to say like be more receptive, listen more, listen to your intuition, because clearly your guides and your ancestors are trying to connect to you to tell you what to do, but you're always in this action zone, or you're very anxious. So we need to ground that energy. Okay, again, I want to say, listen to pile 1. I think you guys will find some resonance or help there. Let's look at the angel guidance card that shows up. Wow, indigo children. No wonder it's not been easy for you guys, okay? Wherever you are in life, whether it was your education, whether it was growing, you've grown with a lot of difficulty, okay? And you've not always shown how hard this was. This is the pile that doesn't talk about, people can only see your successes, people can only see your failures. They don't know the journey, they don't know the struggle. And this really makes me emotional for whoever you are, because the indigo children are, they're naturally leaders, but the journey is meant to be slightly more complicated for them. I don't even want to call it difficult. It's just more complicated. It just has more twists and turns, because Character is built through adversity, whether we like it or we don't, right? If it was just going to be a smooth sea never made a sailor, right? Some of you could be, again, with Pisces, Neptune, and all of that energy present, working with children or anything related to children, right? NGOs, maybe you want to donate some money to NGOs is another message I want to give you, or work with that childlike energy within yourself. You are a leader, and your sensitivity or your desire to succeed does not make you desperate or a loser. It actually makes you a better leader. Just remember that. And some of you really needed that confirmation. Because yes, you do feel things. Yes, sometimes you can't logically explain how you got it done. But the fact that you get it done, others are proud of you, and you do not have to do any of this alone. You have support, and you have a lot of guidance and a lot of protection clearly in the next 2 months when it comes to your financial success or your career. From your ancestors and your spirit guides, okay? Visiting any kind of a old age home or child, the orphanage would really benefit you guys as well, okay? I'm going to wrap this up with some numbers that show up for you. I hope by now you found some inspiration, resonance in this reading. And if you did, do not forget to hit that like button. It will mean the world to me. And hit subscribe if you haven't. Okay, we have the number 6 here. 6 months from now could be clearly evident. 6 weeks could also be very important. 5 and 1, which are the 2 dates. So 5th and the 1st also adds up to 15, which these are some relevant dates which might be important for you in the next 2 months. We're looking at the next 2 months journey. The number 1 and the number 5 independently in numerology also talk about, 1 is leadership, right? So again, natural born leaders and the first house, don't hide away in a corner, right? Take that stage. Because new things, new beginnings are clearly coming your way. So you got to ask for what you want. And number 5, and with the 5 of Pentacles, change, darling. Change is on your way. So if you're feeling like, when is it going to happen? When is this energy going to change? That's your confirmation. Things are moving and things are changing. I wish you guys nothing but absolute mad, crazy success and a phenomenal next 2 months. Thank you so much again for spending your time with me. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome to those of you who picked pile 3, the Wheel of Fortune. This talks about cycles, the one past year. This also talks about tables turning in your favor, okay? We are going to look at, firstly, the current energy that you're in. Then we're going to look at what can we expect in the next 2 months, what's shifting, what blessings are coming your way, any additional guidance that we get from tarot before we move into oracles. If this is the second video you're watching, I hope you've hit subscribe. If this is the first video that you're watching, welcome again, because I know some of you skipped the introduction, and that's absolutely fine. So do I sometimes. If you would like to watch daily tarot readings, I invite you to my Instagram account. Those of you who'd like to get a personal reading from me, these are of course paid readings. Send me an email or drop me a DM on the Instagram account. Let's look at what is the current energy this pile is in as we currently watch this reading, okay? So, wow, for some of you, for some reason, I felt drawn to get 2 cards for you. So we'll take both of them. Wow. The Queen of Cups and the Emperor. Wow. Okay. This was the second pile that I was drawn to, because some of you like to know. So the first pile that I selected was pile 2, and the second pile is this one. So I'm excited to see what shows up. Totally resonated for personal star card reading that I got in pile 2. Those of you who haven't yet watched 2022 career reading, again, the link will be in the description box below. I strongly recommend you to go watch it. Okay, what can we expect? I wanted to give it one more shuffle. What's happening in the next 2 months for pile number 3? What's happening in the next 2 months for pile number 3? We'll take 3 cards from the Everyday Witch here. Okay, we have 1 card out. What's happening in the next 2 months? What's happening in the next 2 months for pile 3? Okay, the underlying energy is 2 of Swords and, wow, 6 of Wands, the Death, and 9 of Wands. Wonderful. Are you currently working? And this would, of course, only resonate. This is a general reading, right? So many of you, it feels like, are currently working on something which is very, very important for you. This could be even education. Like, this is that final year. This is that final project. There's something of a final day, D-Day coming for you. This could be an important interview, something that is approaching soon and perhaps falls in that 2 months time, and it's given you, oh my god, so many sleepless nights. For some of you, that for who it is not true what I just said, the next 2 months, and I'm sorry I've jumped towards the future before talking about your current energy, we'll get there in a minute. The next 2 months, it's very important for you to not lose sleep over things of the past. Okay, so sometimes we start getting very conscious about how we were some years ago, okay, or what we said to this person that day, okay, and then we're beating ourselves over and we're getting very upset about something that who you used to be in the past and has no relevance to who you are. Some of you may be feeling very conscious in the next 2 months, and we'll come to perhaps why, because it looks like a positive reason as to where you come from. Maybe you feel like I'm not educated enough. Maybe you feel like I didn't go to the best of the universities. Maybe you feel like, am I really equipped to do this role? Okay, and the answer to all those questions with that Six of Wands there, with your victory affirmed and the Wheel of Fortune, what you've selected, yes, darling. Yes, you're qualified for what you're trying to do. Yes, you're good enough for what you're trying to do. And no, you don't need to lose sleep over who you used to be in the past. That has no relevance to where you are in your career right now, okay? And that has no grip over you. I don't know, for some very specific reason, and I know these messages come in a little funny. If you fear something that you've done in the past to come out, and then defame you or show how you are an imposter, or that you didn't deserve what you have, those fears are irrational. Okay, I want you to know this. Okay, nothing from your past is going to come back and haunt you. Nothing that you did in your previous organization, or as a child, or as a student. You know what I'm trying to say here, right? We've all made mistakes in our journey. Nobody is all clean, and if you are all clean, kudos to you. Life is still long. We'll talk in a few years. I'm not trying to say that that it is going to happen, but I hope you get the point here, right? Like, what you have done in the past will not have an effect for you in the future. That is something I want this pile to know, because you're clearly very anxious about, do I deserve this? Is it going to just come back and haunt me? Am I going to go back and become that loser that I used to be? Am I going to lose all the money that I've earned with so much hard work? No, that's not going to happen. Do not allow your past to make you feel fearful. Now, another very important message, going back to the current energy here. Some of you have always lacked confidence. Some of you are consistently struggling with self-worth or routine or structure. And because you don't have that discipline, because you don't feel that confident to go out and speak your heart, the next 2 months, you're going to change that. I think for some of you, you started this year with certain promises to yourself about working on your self-worth or your looks or your education or your communication style. And you're currently, when you're watching this reading, you're clearly nurturing yourself. You're trying to bring in that structure, and you're trying to bring in that routine, and you're trying to reparent yourself. This is the Mother and the Father card for me, by the way. Wherever you felt like you needed more guidance, or you needed more support, or you needed more discipline, you're working on it. And you should be absolutely proud of that. And you're going to start seeing the results of it by the time the 2 months period ends, okay? If you're not doing anything like that, then take this as a big, big push from the universe. If you're an artist, if there's something that you want to create, if there's any field of work that you're in, okay, if you can just bring in a little more discipline and a little more structure to what you're doing, and not just go by your whims and fancies, the next 2 months won't feel like, I want to be very, very honest with this pile. The next 2 months will give you a lot of anxiety, but not because things are falling apart, but because you're being built. Okay, when, I'm sure you've heard it so many times, it perhaps has become annoying to many of us. When the caterpillar is being changed to a butterfly, he's not feeling very comfortable, if you know what I mean, right? The death card means a transformation is happening. Something is changing. So you may not be able to see currently why you're going through these anxious days. Why is it feeling so uncomfortable? And some of you were perhaps drawn to pile 2. If you were, there's a message there for you clearly. But you're getting there, okay? Journaling is one strong message I want to tell you. Financially, be very, very mindful that you're keeping a close lookout on your credit cards, on your spendings, on, this spread talks to me about ledgering, okay? So you might go through a loss, or you might miscalculate something in the next 2 months. So it's very important to write down your financial transactions. So keep a tab of it. Okay, very important. Currently, do not allow, I love the energy that you're working on both your active masculine and your active feminine, which for those of you who don't understand that, when to chase, when to attract, when to be in that action zone and be structured and be routine oriented and be this, and when to flow with life, right? When to receive guidance. That is that balance that all of us need in our lives. Okay, at the end of this 2 months, I don't know why for some of you this could literally be 6 months, because every time I'm trying to say 2 months, it goes into 6 months, and you have picked the wheel of fortune. We typically sometimes talk about a sudden change happening, but that change taking a little while. Okay, if in the next, whenever you're watching this, if November or October is 6 months from now, that's just a double confirmation with the Scorpio energies here. Very strong Mars energy, by the way, and Mars is currently conjunct Venus when I'm shooting this. It is going to conjunct Saturn in a few weeks' time. So look where your Mars is placed. That's number one. What sign is it in? And how can you enable it? Because our career, our ambition, our ability to bring in structure is very much governed by the Mars placement that we have, right? So any kind of a Martian remedy that you can do for your astrological remedy. I don't want to give you a general one because each of our planet positions, aspects, houses differ. But that's something you need to look at. What is Mars doing in your chart, okay? There's a strong red energy here. If you guys notice, the Emperor with the 6 of Wands, working on your root chakra healing will be wonderful. Okay, so are you feeling safe? Are you feeling protected? Walking on the grass barefoot. The more you ground your energy, the less you get this in your head and anxious and sleepless. Okay, whatever way you can take care of your health in the next 2 months, it's going to play a pivotal role in your success, literally your financial and career success. 6 of Wands is always a confirmatory card of anybody who's waiting for a promotion. Okay, so if there's a promotion, if there's a hike, if there's some sort of a recognition that you seek, you're getting it. Okay, if you're in any kind of a field of work wherein recognition makes a huge difference, social media, artist, you are going to be recognized for the efforts and the transition that you've gone through. For few of you, your boss or your leaders will start appreciating the new you that you're building, the new skill sets that you've learned. Those things will get appreciated in in your surroundings in the next 2 months. Let us look at any additional guidance that come up for you for tarot before we move towards our oracle guidance cards here. And what is the guidance that we've received for pile number 3? For some of you, it literally could be the Wheel of Fortune talks about just a random windfall of money. Not all of us are going to win. Wow, look at the number of major arcanas we have. Yep, clearly, this card confirms to me this pile 3 needs to watch pile 2. So if you had any pull towards the pile 2 card, there's a message for you there. Stand your ground, darling. It's not easy right now, but you're going to win. Okay, I want you to have faith in your beliefs. I want you to have faith in what you're doing. And as uncomfortable as it is, this new journey that you've taken up, this new challenge that you've taken up to change yourself, to grow yourself, to uplift yourself, you're going to win it. Okay, nobody came in with a guarantee that life is supposed to be easy, and there was no point of making it so anyway. But yeah, you're going to win. Okay, just stand your ground. Don't lose your patience, and things will work out wonderfully for you. For some of you, travel is highly likely, travel for work in the next 2 months. This also again brings me back to that active masculine and active feminine, the black and the white, the control over both sides of our mind. Working with the moon or moon phases will be tremendously beneficial for this file. Okay, donate something to women, elderly women. Do something for the moon is the mother. Okay, and for you guys, I strongly feel like supporting the older woman in your life would be wonderful. Doing something for elderly women who are perhaps ailing from some sort of a physical weakness will also help you tremendously when it comes to achieving professional success. Okay, take guidance from others. Let us look at any additional messages that show up through your astrology cards. Let's look at the house card here. 11th house, your larger network. Okay, your wishes and desires, I strongly feel, because it's star card in this reminds me of pile 2 again. you're going to get connected to very powerful and influential people in the next 2 months. And of course, when I say very powerful, this will relatively differ people to people, but your network is growing, your friends group is growing. And when this is a professional circle of people that you're going to come into alignment with, which will clearly give you a better social status, if you know what I mean, right? So, if you're looking for a job, maybe you want to expand your network online. If you are a professional or a businessman, everything to do with online comes up with the 11th house, by the way, okay? So internet will play a tremendously important role when it comes to getting your wishes fulfilled, okay? Let's look at the zodiac sign. We have the Virgo, which rules the 6th house. Again, this talks about, for many of you, you're just, it is a 9 to 5 job that you're in. And if that's what you're manifesting, that is coming your way. Being devoted to your duty is a very important guidance for those of you who's picked pile 3. Don't try to cut corners because I feel for you guys, I think most of you have anyway taken the oath, okay, that you want to be dedicated and you don't want to cut corners and you want to have better discipline in life and you want to show up at work on time, or you want to bring in more timeliness, okay? Because I have a very strong Mars and now a Virgo energy showing up, which is all very detail oriented, okay? So if you are somebody who struggles with getting into details, who struggles with again, that structure or that routine, that's just an additional confirmation for you guys, okay? Let's look at the planet card that you got. Uranus, again, the internet. Wow, some of you may be making money on the internet. Crypto, NFTs, trading, selling something online businesses, all of that shows up for you. Uranus is a powerful breakthrough, guys, okay? This is a powerful breakthrough and an unexpected one many times, okay? With the death card there and the Uranus card showing up in your career reading, you're clearly going through a transformation, and maybe you're thinking, this small change that I'm making in my day-to-day routine is going to take me from A to B. You don't see it, darling. If you're able to succeed in that, you're going to go from not A to B, but A to Z, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. So it's a tremendous big shift coming. Uranus often is not foreseen before. Be slightly mindful though. Don't become hyper rebellious when it comes to your leaders or your bosses, okay? Because this guy can make people rebellious. Opportunities, an important offer will be made. Be prepared and dress to impress. Look good. Next 2 months, every time you go out, you show up in a meeting, show up as your best self. Again, we talked about the sudden change, right? Luck. A sudden change of luck is likely. Things are working in your favor. Excellent time for networking. Don't you guys love it when one pile kind of confirms the other pile? I mean, I love doing tarot and oracles for that. Sure, of course, people will talk about probabilities and the number of chances, but yeah, if you're like me, I mean, come on, we got the 11th house and the network card, and then we got Uranus, and then we got sudden change of luck. I mean, really, that is how spirit plays with us, right? Or talks to us. And I absolutely, absolutely enjoy that. If you've reached this part of this reading so far, I want you to affirm, first of all, in your own heart that I can bring in the change I want. I am a powerful co-creator. Leave me a comment below that you're ready to be that co-creator, because I feel you guys struggle. Some of you could be an Aries or a Cancer sign, by the way, and you're very, very moody and you kind of become very impulsive, and then you lose track of why you began something, and that is what is changing, or that is what you're working on in the next 2 months, okay? Let's look at what angel guidance we get before we get into moonology, and then we'll roll this up with some dices and numbers showing up for you. What angel guidance do we get for pile 3? Okay, again, we've pulled 2. Okay. Again, talking about addictions or things which are basically not working. Remember, addictions don't always mean substance abuse. You could be sleeping extra or sleeping late. Or you could be just somebody who eats too much in the afternoon hours when you know you should be working, and then it kind of makes you too tired. We all know the wrong things or the bad habits or things that we do which hold us back, right? Professionally, for our finances, which cause us troubles. Some of us, retail therapy can become very addictive. You overspend your money, and next 2 months, you're being pushed. Literally, push is the word that is coming into my mind, to let go of these toxic behaviors that are just becoming a self-sabotaging pattern for your own career and your financial growth. Work with Archangel Raphael, work with the color green, work with the color blue for this file. Third eye chakra, sleep is again something which I'm going to strongly recommend, because your dreams will tell you a lot of the stories and the answers you need. So a restful night's sleep is very important for you to perform at the peak of your ability for the next 2 months, okay? With the third eye chakra showing up, of course, and the Uranus energy, some of you could literally be developing psychic abilities. So the more you connect to your higher self, the more you want to take out time for meditation, for when we move away from things that do not work for us, we allow space for things to work out for us, right? Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Pretty self-explanatory there, right? Some of you are literally very aware about why is it that you're not achieving that next big success, or why are things not moving at the pace that they should be? But it's as if you're scared of that next big thing because you're again questioning, am I qualified enough? Am I successful enough? Can I really do it? How much will my life change? How am I going to handle this new life? So you're so scared of the change, and you're so scared of what will happen if your dreams come true, that you've become your own worst enemy. You're not allowing it to happen for yourself. So allow those blessings to come into your life. Okay. Many people don't realize it. We really don't want things to change. Even we don't want things to grow, because then that will mean that the current life will no longer be true. Full moon in Aquarius. Wow. This is again August. Just some timelines. This is August. This is October. Sorry. This is November. And show the real world, the real you. Do not shrink. Your current energy, I think many of you have already recognized it. You do not have to accommodate other people at the cost of yourself. Your authenticity, what you bring to the table, is absolutely irreplaceable. Okay? So you're meant for the job that you're doing. You're meant for the success that, have you heard that quote? What our soul calling is not random, right? No matter how many people ridicule you, no matter how people think about you at work, when you come up with this unique ideas, okay, that was the word that I was looking for. Uranus energy talks about uniqueness, unpredictability, rebellion, revolution. That's the energy that you are working on, right? So, of course, some of us will get ridiculed, okay? Trust me, I've been doing this for about 10 months on social media platform now. I've been studying occult studies, tarot and astrology and everything since the age of 11. But I was always so shy and judgmental about how are people going to perceive it, and am I going to get accepted? People are going to think I'm a freak, and they're going to make fun of me, and they're just going to say I believe in stupid things. It took me 20 years to work through that, and here I am doing this. And here you are listening to me, and we've kind of grown, and we have 350 people. I get these amazing, motivational support from you. And sure, there are still people who make fun of me, but people used to make fun of me even when they didn't know I do this, right? So if that's your journey, wherein you're questioning your life purpose, and you're not starting something because you're feeling like people will make fun of you, or you will become an outcast, or you will not get accepted, darling, it's just one life, okay? And just trust me, I know it's easier said than done. This comes from experience, and each of us are going to do this at our own pace. Tarot Pal literally took 6 years of me thinking, should I not, when it finally launched. But I'm so glad I did it, okay? So the whole intention of sharing my journey here is to tell you, please go ahead and do it, okay? It doesn't matter how many people think that it's a great idea or not. If it is your calling, if there's something inside you which tells you, I need to do this. And even if you fail, you will not regret taking that leap, because you will become braver. Okay, you would definitely become braver. By the way, the person who's saying this is a Scorpio moon. So trust me, nobody is more paranoid than us Scorpio moons, okay? We're going to wrap this up with the roll of a dice. I hope you found some inspiration, some guidance. And if you did, please do not forget to do a little energy exchange with a subscribe, a like, and that definitely helps me, okay? Let's look at any numbers that want to come up. Okay, we have the number 7, which of course talks about spiritual ascension, spirituality. This could be 7 weeks, 7 months on something that you're asking for a timeline. This is also 27 or, this is 52, 25, sorry, not 27. I don't know why I said 27. This is 25. So the 25th of the next 2 months, because we're looking at a 2 months reading, could be important. 2 talks about harmony, collaboration, bringing in again that yin and yang balance together. And 5 talks about change, which is again something that pile 2 got. I'm again reminding you guys might want to go back and watch pile 2. There might be a relevant message for you there. those are some immediate messages that shows up for you guys. I hope it has helped you. I hope you want to continue to be a part of the Tarot Pal, and if you do, hit subscribe. I wish you nothing but phenomenal success in the next 2 months. Do come back and tell me how much this resonated and it worked out for you. Take care. Bye-bye.